Today on the podcast, I'm joined by Katie Nelson, founder of 218 Tan and mom of two, whose story is such a powerful reminder that your next chapter can look nothing like your last and still be exactly where you're meant to be. After spending over a decade as a stay-at-home mom to her two daughters, Katie made a big pivot. What started as something small, just a way to ease back into working, slowly grew into a business she now runs full-time. In this episode, we talk about what that transition really looked like from raising babies at home to stepping into entrepreneurship. We also dig into her early years in the beauty industry, why spray tanning became her lane, and what she's learned about starting something new without a perfect plan. Whether you're a mom dreaming of a new direction or someone building something from scratch, Katie's story will leave you feeling encouraged and seen. Hey friend, I'm Jessica, and this is With My Whole Heart. I'm a real-life woman juggling a lot of real-life things, raising girls, running a hair salon, chasing big dreams, and doing my best to stay grounded through it all. If you've ever found yourself in the thick of it, somewhere between who you've been and who you're becoming, this space is for you. Here, we talk about the middle, the messy, meaningful, beautiful middle. The big leaps, the small wins, the hard lessons, and the heart-led pivots. From business and beauty to faith, motherhood, and everything in between, nothing's off limits. So grab your coffee or your tea, get cozy, and let's dive in. Because this journey, we're walking it together with our whole hearts. So Katie, I know some of your story from what you've shared with me, but I'd love for everyone listening to get to know a bit too, especially that version of you before the business. So let's start at the very beginning. What were you like growing up? Were there signs early on that you were creative, ambitious, entrepreneurial, or was that all still hidden at that point?
I would say creative, yes. Entrepreneurial, probably not. I was always daydreaming, playing with my Barbies, my babies, that sort of thing. But I don't think I really got into that entrepreneurial until I got older, had a family, and knew I wanted to set my own schedule.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
So you always like babies, playing house and playing babies,
always.
and that was kind of your
Yes.
jam. I love that.
Yes.
That's super cute. You mentioned traditional school wasn't really your thing.
Mhm.
So how did that affect how you saw yourself back then? And did it influence the way you approached future work or learning environments?
Yeah. I would say traditional, high school, college. I wasn't a great student. I was showing up for class, but I wasn't necessarily doing all the work. I was kind of last minute scribbling something on the paper and turning it in and just sneaking by enough that pleased my parents.
Just coasting.
Coasting, definitely. Yes. But having an older sister who always excelled, having friends who always excelled, it was hard. It was almost like I didn't it wasn't cut out for me, that type of school, until I feel like when I went to beauty school, it was more hands-on.
Sure.
And I could see the impact of what I was learning and immediately seeing how it translates.
What you were creating.
Yes. Yeah.
So let's go back a little bit because you talked a little bit about how hard it was, obviously traditional school not being your jam, not your thing. And honestly, I feel like that's unfortunately the case for a lot of creatives.
Yeah.
I too did not excel in school. It wasn't my thing. I did okay. I was a B average student, CB.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just felt like my brain didn't work that way.
Yep.
And so you talk a little bit about growing up, how your parents really had a lot of pressure on you when it came to traditional schooling and going to college. Share a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I guess I don't really remember exactly when my parents decided this, but at some point they had put into their will or whatever they had at the time that all of their kids needed to go to a 4-year college in order to get any inheritance. I mean, I don't even know if they have inheritance, to be honest. So were they just telling us
they were
that
just scaring
at the time,
you.
scaring us?
We've got so much, and if you want any of it,
exactly. So I definitely felt the pressure. Yeah. So senior in high school, I'm doing college visits, trying to decide what I wanted to do. I did get accepted to a few different colleges, ended up going to LSC.
Okay.
And then it was like chaos, like when you're out on your own and you're 18 years old,
Mhm.
if you want to go to class, you go to class. If you don't want to go, you don't go.
There's so much free will.
Oh my gosh, so much learning. So that was definitely a chaotic time in my life. But again, just realizing like, this isn't for me. Like
Mhm.
this is not benefiting me right now.
No.
So just navigating that and then also like trying to please my parents was
Mhm.
difficult.
Yeah.
Having an older sister who was going to a 4-year college
Yes.
and being successful. So
Mhm. And did your parents pay for your college?
no.
No. So
No.
that's hard too because you're like,
Yes.
I'm just blowing all this money.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I like at the time you don't think about it either
No.
because it's
It's a loan.
It's a loan. Exactly. I'd
You
never
don't
had a loan before.
You don't realize,
Yeah.
oh, that's going to come back to bite me in the butt
Exactly.
with interest.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about how you transition then from traditional schooling,
Mhm.
decided, then you graduated high
Mhm.
school, then you went to college, you
Yep.
tried LSC,
Yep.
realized how long were you there for?
Probably a full year and then took some time off and then I went, I think, another semester and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing
Okay.
here.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
funny. I went to LSE
Yeah.
for one semester out of high school and was like, this is not
No.
for me.
No.
Did you know what you wanted to do?
No.
You were just doing like general eds?
Pretty much. I was like, well, maybe I'll be a dental hygienist.
Okay.
And then, but then all the prerequisites were like hardcore science classes. And I'm like, I can't do that.
No.
This is not for me.
So eventually you made the decision to go to beauty school. Was that something you were excited about or more of a practical decision at the time? Like at what point did you think like, because beauty school is a
Mhm.
very specific thing. You
Yeah.
kind of have to like beauty,
Yes.
hair, fashion,
Yes.
makeup to kind of go that route. So at what point in your life did you realize like, I really love like hair, skin, and nails,
Yeah.
like in fashion and whatnot?
Yeah.
And then how did you make that decision to go into beauty school?
I don't even know that it was like the most practical decision, I guess. My mom did hair like years and years ago.
Oh.
So she was always
So
doing
she was a
hair.
hairstylist.
Yep. She
Okay.
was always doing hair in the kitchen because she did hair and then she was a stay-at-home mom.
Okay.
So she was always cutting the neighbor's hair, that sort of thing, doing our hair. Like all throughout high school, I never thought, oh, maybe I'll do hair. But then when you're 20, 21, 22 and you don't know what you're going to do
Mhm.
yet.
Yeah.
And I knew that was like a program that wasn't going to take a super long time and it was going to put me into a career.
Right.
I'm like, let's do it. Let's
Mhm.
give it a whirl,
Yeah.
see if I like it. I did really enjoy school. Once I started working in a salon, I was terrified.
Right.
There was a lot of like just like I guess unknown for me. Like I had no idea what I was doing right out
No.
of beauty school.
No,
Even
no,
going
no.
to school for a year, like
Right.
you think you're ready, but you're not.
No.
It's scary.
Yes, it's very scary.
Yeah.
Did your parents support that decision to go to beauty school?
Yes, they did.
They did. So that
Yes.
that made
That
them
pleased
that
them.
pleased them.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. So how did you show up in that environment compared to how you'd shown up in traditional school? Did it feel different or bring out something new in you?
Um, I would say it probably bring out something new in me. I felt more comfortable, even though I didn't really know what I was doing.
Right.
It's kind of like that fake it till you make it at the
Yes.
same time. And I think also your personality
Mhm.
plays a lot into it. If you can make somebody feel comfortable and make them feel confident that you know what you're doing, like you're good.
Yes. And in beauty school, it's such a sad reality that is what they teach is like fake it till you make it. It's like, actually, no, how about you teach us
Yeah.
and help build our confidence?
Yes.
So when we actually do go into a job, we're ready,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Or another thing is just having the opportunity to have salons that are teaching more
Yes.
when
And
new
I
stylists
feel
come
like
in.
they were not doing that when I
No,
was.
it wasn't a thing.
No,
'Cause
not
when
around here,
was
at
this?
least.
What
This would have
year?
been 2007.
Okay. And I graduated January 2006.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thing. Assistant programs, co-stylist programs, that was not a thing.
No.
Maybe in like LA,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
And more for like celebrity artists who just
Mhm.
needed an extra set of hands. They would bring
Mhm.
somebody under them and not even really teach them, just be like, hand me foils.
Yeah.
Yeah. But where there was actual like continuing ed, I feel like beauty school is great because it gives you the foundational, like the laws, the rules, the sanitation, right? Basic, like how to cut a straight line.
Yes.
Right? How to turn your clippers on.
Yes. Very basic. Like
very basic.
Updos, nothing. Like
No.
I remember having an updo on my books the first week at a salon. Terrified.
You're like, no idea what I'm going to do.
Terrified.
And we didn't really have like YouTube then either to like look at and teach ourselves.
No.
We had the legitimate books, coffee table books that you would pick your style up. There was no Pinterest.
Nope.
It was a coffee table book.
Yep.
That you would pick your style out of. And then you don't know how to do it. You're like, well, we're going to just try this and see how it works. Yeah. That's so crazy. It was just such a different time back then. I think now stylists, there's just so many more opportunities for them to like continue their education and to really be super successful right when they get out of beauty school because they're already like, they've learned so much from YouTube. There's so many online academies now, like behind the chair where you can watch a million up-to videos and step-by-step how to do it. Yeah. It's just really, it's wild to think of how it was back when we graduated beauty school to what it's like now. So when you, obviously it was different, you said, when you showed up, like traditional school, not your thing. Beauty school, you liked how you were able to create and see it. It was almost like immediate gratification. Like, it's like you knew what you were not, you didn't know what you were doing, but you were practicing what you were doing to get to an outcome that was immediate.
Yes.
So that kind of worked better for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell us about your first job after beauty school. Was there any, this is where I get really interested, any onboarding, assisting, or training, or were you just kind of thrown in and expected to figure it out?
Completely thrown in. I had an interview. I was hired. I was given my schedule. These are the hours you're working. Come to work on Monday or Tuesday or whatever day.
You have your own station.
You have your own station. Your books are wide open. We'll start putting like walk-ins with you.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Isn't that so terrifying?
It is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
That is, that's crazy. That is why we do things a little bit different, Hustle and Heart, because that is something that I too experienced a little bit differently, but similar, where it was like, okay, like you're licensed, you're ready to go and you can do all the things. And you feel like you're thrown to the wolves.
Yes.
And then you're wondering why you're having redos and people aren't liking their hair. And then your confidence is shattered.
Yes.
Because you think you suck.
Yes.
And you're like, why did I even go into this? That's why there is such a high turnover rate in this industry, is because of that kind of setup. Like we're set up to not succeed. So at Hustle and Heart, we have like a whole assistant program where we like will take green stylists right out of beauty school. And their books aren't even open for at least a month.
Okay.
They get comfortable. They start learning. They have model days. Like it's, things needed to change. And thank God I feel like the industry is caught up and a lot of people are doing things like that now where you're not feeling like you're thrown to the wolves like you unfortunately had to experience, which is probably a big reason why you kind of exited that industry.
Yes. Well, and I wasn't making any money.
No.
Being a new stylist, that probably just that time too, 2007-ish, like I was making more money serving prior to doing a full-time career.
Because that was the world too where it was like stylists were, it was a service industry, it still is, but it was like low pay. It was like you were charging probably $15 for a haircut then.
Yeah.
And then the salon's keeping at least 50% of that. It takes you an hour. So you're making $7 if you're lucky an hour. If you're lucky.
Yeah.
So, and then it's like the gaps in the day because they don't have a system to like fill in. There was no Google. Like you couldn't do Google ads to like fill the books.
Right.
It was literally word of mouth and passing out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is probably a huge reason why you exited that whole thing.
Yes.
So did you go back to serving then after that?
No. So then I had my oldest.
Okay.
Did maternity leave and then decided at the end of maternity leave not to go back. My husband had gotten a new job. I feel like when I was on maternity leave, that like gave us a little more like breathing room.
Sure.
And then like also looking at the price of daycare, we're like, it does not make sense.
No.
At all.
No.
So
Absolutely.
And I knew I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Like,
yes.
deep down, I was like, I hope I don't ever go back.
Yes.
And it worked out.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
So, were there some lessons that stuck with you from that chapter of the whole beauty school into working in your first salon, even if they didn't seem important at the time? Like, do you look back and you're like, I learned so much because of this situation?
I think it's like the vibe you bring and the vibe you show up with, and just like I said before, being confident
Mhm.
and just like knowing, just going for it, I
Right.
guess.
Yeah.
And like that sink or swim,
Yeah.
just you figure it out.
Having the confidence.
Yeah.
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 Believing in yourself. Hey, friend, real quick before we dive back in. If you've been nodding along, tearing up, or laughing with me in these episodes, can I ask you a little favor? Make sure you've subscribed to With My Whole Heart so you never miss an episode. And if you've got a second, leaving a review helps so much. It's like giving the podcast a little hug. And hey, if something hit home or you just want to share your story, come DM me on Instagram. I seriously love chatting with you and hearing what's on your heart. This space was built to be a soft landing and a strong launch pad. I'm so glad you're here. Okay, back to the episode. Okay, so you always knew you wanted to be a mom and you got to live that dream. Being home with your daughters full time for over a decade, what did that season look like for you?
It was hard. It was like the hardest years of my life, but like on the flip side, like the best. I wouldn't change it even looking back at it. Would I do like some things differently? Yes. But like I wouldn't change anything
No.
overall. Like that
No.
was where I wanted to be.
Right. You wouldn't change the fact that you were home.
No.
Like, what about yourself? Like,
Mhm.
taking care of yourself? Like, what are some things that you wish you would have done differently for yourself to like not lose your identity within
Yeah.
motherhood?
Yeah, like making the time to do things for myself. It's not like I like completely let myself go, but like you just don't necessarily take the time to go and get your hair done or go and get a pedicure. Not that those things like cure all your problems, because they don't, but it feels good to not be mom
Mhm.
for a couple hours a day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, and it's a self-investment. It's like when you start to financially put money and bet on yourself, even if
Mhm.
it's a pedicure, it's like you want a return on that investment. Like you want it to make you feel happier or so you're going to make that happen.
Yeah.
Right. So it's almost like you romanticize it.
Yeah.
I feel like as a mom, everything's
Yes.
romanticized when you
Yes.
have like that time to yourself. And I wish more moms did that
Mhm.
because I do feel like it's so easy to lose your identity in motherhood because it's like head to the ground,
Mhm.
focusing on keeping these children alive and happy. Right?
Yes.
And it's constant cleaning and baths and playing and all the
Yeah.
things. And then you think that it's going to get easier as they get older. But as you know, that's not the case.
It's just something different.
It's busier.
It's busier.
It's a different kind of
Yeah.
busy, but it's physically busier.
Yeah.
I feel like I was just talking to my husband about this. I'm like, when they were little, it was more of like emotionally and mentally exhausting
Mhm.
because it's like crying and fits and like
Yes.
not knowing what they need or want and just trying to provide their needs without them being able to physically tell you what they need.
Mhm.
But then they become, teenagers into
Mhm.
teenagers. And then it's like the hustle begins.
Yeah.
That's where it's like you live in your car.
Yeah.
Driving
Yeah.
them to and fro.
Yes. 100%.
And it's like a physically exhausting
Yep.
versus
then
mentally.
It's like different too because I was at home for so long. I was just available to drive them
yes.
wherever, whenever.
Yes.
And now like working full time, like thankfully Olivia just got her driver's license and can help out with some
Praise
of the things.
God for that.
Yes.
Oh.
But like just having to like arrange rides then be like, okay, I've got to be at my studio. I'll be back to pick you up from school. And then I've got to go back to my studio. Like,
and then you have your husband's schedule
Yeah.
that you're working around too. So you've got your two girls, yours, your husband's
Yeah.
schedule. Have you heard of the Skylight calendar?
I have one. I love it.
I do too. I just got one.
I love
It
it.
is saving
Yes.
my life
Yes.
because my husband just went back to work. So I was in a similar situation, but roles reversed.
Yeah.
So my husband was the one home
Mhm.
and he took care of all the things and I was the one working. I didn't have to worry about a thing.
Yeah.
Like he did all
Yeah.
what you did.
Yeah.
Right? But now he went back to work and I'm like, how do people do this?
No, I don't know. Like having young kids.
Yeah. Like today I was like, crap. Trinity has to be picked up at noon. I'm going to be recording.
Yeah.
So I'm like texting all my
Yeah.
family members, like, who can pick Trin up from gymnastics? I'm like, this is wild.
Yeah.
So it is. It's a different season. It's a different kind of hard. One's not harder than the other. But I've just come to the conclusion that we're like in the physically exhausting era, where before was like the emotional, mentally exhausting era. But the funny thing is, like, if you were to ask me like 2 years ago, like Genevieve getting her license and driving, like I would just start bawling because I'm like, I'm not ready for this. This is my baby.
Yeah.
But my therapist told me this, and she was so 100% right, because I'm like, gosh, like when my kids leave the nest and it's just you and I, like,
what are we going to do?
What are we going to do? Like, how is this going to work? Like, we're going to have to kind of like find ourselves and whatever. Yeah. But my therapist was like, you know, it seems really hard, like when you're not ready for it, right? But God will always give you the cues. And like right now, like I'm feeling that where I'm like, I'm counting down the days for her to drive. Right. Where before I would have bawled my eyes out. So it's like you're getting equipped because you're like, I'm one person and I can't be split into a million different directions. So to have a child with a driver's license, is it amazing?
It is amazing. Like she got a job right away, which like great for her.
Yeah.
But it is amazing. And it's only been like a month or so.
Sure.
So we're still like adjusting and finding that like groove. But like
she can drive herself.
And now it's me like taping my eyes open to stay awake until she comes home at night.
I know.
Because I can't sleep until she's home.
I see. And that is the part that I am not. Because it's like your heart's living outside of your body then.
Yeah.
And it's not that you don't trust her. And I was telling Genevieve this. I'm like, when you're driving, it's not that I'm not going to trust you. She's a very safe, cautious, like I'm not worried about her at all.
Yeah.
It's all the other lunatics out there.
Absolutely.
Like driving here today, I had somebody just like, I was coming over the bridge and this guy just came flying on my butt. And I'm like, for what purpose? Yeah. It's like that kind of stuff where I'm like, how is she going to handle a situation like this? It's scary. So yeah, you just want to wait till they get home.
Yeah.
Oh. But it is a blessing. Okay, so what parts of that time that felt really what were the parts of that time that felt really fulfilling, and what were some of the harder or more stretching parts that people maybe don't always talk about with being a stay-at-home mom?
Yeah.
Because people will say, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, or and I'm like,
and I hate that.
I'm like, do you realize because I've done both.
Oh yeah.
I will and I'm not saying that it's not hard to be a working mom and leave your kids, because I've done that. But I will say when it comes to the headspace and the mental space, for me, it was much easier to go to work and have my husband do the stuff at home, because I know how hard that job is. And so I give so much credit for the men and women, because it's not just women, it's men too that are home with their kids, taking care of them. So what was like a stretching part within that season that a lot of people don't talk about?
I think like the best parts are like just like being there for them, like being their safe space, but also just like seeing them like grow and learn new things and figure out a different way to do something, and just like seeing that firsthand. And then like the hardest parts are like we talked about, like losing yourself and that sort of thing, but like also like the loneliness of being a stay-at-home mom. Like a lot of my friends were working moms or part-time working moms. So just like being able to like get together and do things with them and their kids were difficult. So I feel like those first like 3 to 4 years of being home were really, really hard. And then I feel like we kind of got into a groove, and we met other like moms who were in the same. Yep. And then we would, like all summer long, we'd fill our calendar like, okay, this day we're going to go to this park and have a picnic. And then next week we're going to go to the zoo and have a picnic. So like you find a groove, but like the loneliness part it's hard. And then like your husband comes home from work and you're just like, done. Like, don't talk to me. Don't touch me. I'm going to go into the bedroom for a little bit. Yeah. Leave me alone.
Like, I don't want anyone touching me. Children, don't hug me. Like, I need my, Yes. I can, especially in the seasons of like when they're little and you're wearing them all day. And it's like they come home and you're like, give the kid to the, and peace out. I need a 5-minute break.
Yep.
Yeah, for me, I noticed. For my husband, it was a little bit opposite, because for him, when he became the stay-at-home parent, our littlest was 2. And so I would get home from work depleted because I've been over socializing
Yes.
all day long.
Yeah.
You know, like one client's telling me that they're getting married. The next person's going through divorce. The next person just lost their dog. You know, it's just like this emotional roller coaster. So I would get home and I had nothing left to give my family or my husband. And my husband, all he wanted to do was socialize with an adult.
Yes.
And I'm like, I can't.
Yes.
So it's so hard. You have to learn ways to honestly like protect your energy, whether you're home or working. It's kind of like the same. You kind of need the same tools to do both because it's like you have to protect your energy from the loneliness or protect your energy from the over socialization.
Yeah.
So that way you can still give what you need to give to your family. But I think it's so important for moms to find that group of other moms who are in the same season.
Yes.
Like MOPS was huge for me.
Sure.
It was like mothers of preschool children or something. And I think we only met once a month.
Yeah.
I really wish there were more opportunities to meet more often. But I feel like now I'm seeing obviously social media helps, but you're seeing all of these young moms getting together, going for walks and doing, I'm like, gosh, that's so awesome. I wish that was more of a thing when my kids were little. Yeah. But I'm glad that you were able to find that. So the loneliness is the one thing that you felt like a lot of people don't talk about, but you struggled with.
Yeah.
So did you, in that season, did you feel ashamed about it and not really talk about it in that season?
Probably.
And now hindsight's 2020 and you're like, I
like
was
looking
lonely.
back at it, I probably didn't talk about it. There were probably like signs, like if I was like always asking somebody to do something, or it wasn't just because I wanted to go do whatever. It was because I needed that for my mental health, to get out of the house, to be around other adults. And just do something.
Yeah. And I feel like, unfortunately, like in that season, there's like a shame attached to it because you're like, I can't be lonely. This is what I wanted. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I can't complain.
Exactly.
This is what I wanted.
Yeah.
And so I feel like it's so important for moms, especially in that early season. I just wish, and I think, I hope it's getting better, but if there's any new moms listening, reach out for help.
Yeah.
Talk to other moms. Tell your husband or your spouse or your partner how you're feeling. If you're feeling lonely, let them know. Don't hold it in.
Yeah.
Because that can turn into something more.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, when did you start feeling that nudge to do something just for you again? Was it a clear turning point or more of a slow shift when it comes to like pivoting out of stay-at-home mom mode into entrepreneurship?
I wouldn't say it was like a clear turning point. It just like slowly kind of started to happen. Like COVID happened too. So that was 2020. My girls were, let's see, 5th grade and 3rd grade. So like old enough that they were independent, but still young enough that they needed me for day-to-day stuff. COVID happened, and that was when I took my first job. It was just 2 days a week at a chiropractor in Duluth. And it was like enough to get out of the house. That's what I was looking for. Like, just get me out of the house. Let me be around other people. I want to talk to other adults and just have something that's my own. Well, it turns out that job was more of like a secluded job in an office by myself. So after about a year doing paperwork. Yep. After about a year of doing it, I was like, I need something different. I can't keep doing this.
Right.
So that's when I took a job at the school in an early childhood classroom, which is where like ECFE, that's where I met all my mom friends.
Sure.
So like that kind of came full circle then working it in an ECFE classroom.
Yes.
And I loved that job. It was great. It was during the school year. I had my summers off. I had my holidays off.
Perfect for when you have young kids.
Perfect. Yep. I was still able to bring my kids everywhere they needed to be.
Yeah.
It was part-time.
Were you able to bring your kids with you?
If I needed to, I could, but they were in school.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I suppose. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. So you tried a few things before spray tanning. What were you looking for in those early jobs, which you kind of just talked about? You were looking for community. Connection.
Yep.
Socialization. Yep. But what made them not feel quite right was seclusion. You were like walking into something that like the chiropractic job of what you were trying to avoid.
Yep.
But then you found the ECFE.
Yep.
And that was something that really
Yep.
made you feel connected. When did you feel like that was not the right
So,
job?
Yep. So when I was working there is when I started 218 Tan just as mobile spray tanning.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm going to try this. I've always wanted to do it. So just kind of like.
And when you say always wanted to do it, when did that first become a spark or even a thought?
When I was doing hair.
Oh, so a decade prior.
Yeah, like that was when spray tanning was like becoming.
The machines.
Yep, it was like the booth, the Mystic Tan, the booth.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Let's just chat about that for a second. Did you ever do that?
I did.
Horrible.
Yeah. It's amazing that they're still around, but
Are they still?
Yeah.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I had no idea. No, I think I did it twice. And then I just did the real tanning, which is terrible. Don't do it.
Yeah.
But I did because tan was like all the rage. Yep. And I was in high school and I'm like, I want to be tan. And then the Mystic Tan came out and I went in that booth and I smeared that stuff on my hands and feet. And I walked out with white hands, blotchy knees, white feet, and stripes all over my body.
Yeah.
It was horrendous.
I'm still like, I will have people call me and be like, I just got out of a booth and it's bad. I'm like, get in the shower and rinse right now. And then let's set up an appointment and we'll fix it.
And then you can fix that.
As best as we can. As long as they shower quickly, they're not going to have much development from.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, I just had to.
Sorry.
Okay. Moving on. All right. So that spark happened back in beauty school.
Yeah. So that was when the booths were coming out. And I'm like, I am a very pale person, but I'm like, oh, spray tanning. Like, I would love to always be tan. Like, I could do that. That would be
fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
So like it was a thought then, but never acted on it.
Sure.
And then like fast forward probably 10-ish years, maybe like 2015, 2016, I thought about it again. And I actually like looked into it at this time. I looked into training, like where I could do it, how much it was going to cost, all that. And it just like at the time, it didn't work. I was stay-at-home mom. I couldn't take a week off to go to LA to get trained. And then
financial investment, time investment, just wasn't the time.
It wasn't the right time. Kids were still little, all of that. So that's like when I started thinking about spray tanning.
Okay.
But then like just working at the school and then finally deciding to go for it. But it was like, it was going to be more of like a hobby, like something for
just
fun.
Something on the side. A little extra fun money.
Exactly. Just something for me. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you feel like those years at home shaped the way you serve your clients now or the way you run your business?
I do. I think that like I tan a lot of young moms now and they are in the thick of it and I feel like I can totally relate to them and they are the moms like coming to me for that like little bit of quiet time, a little bit of mom time. Self-investment, exactly. So I feel like it's like life coming full circle in a little ways where I'm like
kind of cool.
Yeah. Where I'm like, I totally understand where you're at and like not that it's not great now because it is, but like it gets even better. Like just wait.
Yes.
Yeah.
You kind of, especially with the first, right? It's like I tell people, I'm like, you kind of die to yourself in that first pregnancy, that first birth, that first baby, because you've only ever had yourself. You've only had to worry about yourself.
Yeah.
That's all you know.
Yeah.
And then you have this little human that depends everything on you. And it feels like a rebirth of yourself as well. But it takes time to kind of get through that process of transition to be like, okay, like stepping into who the new version of me is. But in that transition, I feel like is where that lost identity can happen because if you're just focusing solely on everybody else and not yourself, I feel like that's where that starts to get muddled.
Yep.
So I think it's so important for new mamas to make sure that they're doing those things. And spray tan, I feel like a good spray tan will make you feel like you could be the next president of the United States.
You feel so good. You feel so confident.
Yes. It is the best.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about what first drew you to it. It was just kind of that would be fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this sole purpose. It was more of just like I like to be tan.
Yeah.
This could be really fun.
Yeah.
And it took a decade or over a decade
Yeah.
to kind of have it transpire to being a real thing.
Yeah.
But what did those early sessions look like?
Probably,
and when were you, like when you were just starting out? Like how were those very first? Like I want to talk a little bit about like where did you go for training?
Okay. So I actually did an online training.
Okay.
So when I went to Florida for my sister's wedding in 2022, we got spray tans while we were there.
Okay.
And I was talking with the girl that was doing them. And I'm like, I always wanted to do this. And she's like, oh my gosh, you totally should. Like, it's so easy to get certified now. And I'm like, really? Like,
because before you were like, I have to fly out to LA and take a whole
Miami,
week.
somewhere. Yeah. And she's like, oh my gosh, no, you can do it online now. And I'm like, what? So she put me in touch with a company called Bronze Boss.
Okay.
They are located, well, they have different trainers all over the country.
Okay.
But their like home base is Austin, Texas.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So I started looking at that and like following them for like a few months and just kind of being like, should I do it? Should I not? And then I decided to sign up for their online course. So like self-paced, watch your videos, read your material.
Do they send you all of the equipment?
Well, yes. You had to order a kit.
So you get the whole kit. Yep. You have it there. Yep. You're watching the videos and you're practicing.
Yes. Practicing on my family, my husband included. He was
a great sport.
Great guinea pig. He will not get spray tans now. I mean, he would if I like
made him.
Yes. But he but my girls always.
I'm sure they were all for it. Because at this point they're teenagers.
Yes, yes. So them and then their friends, they were great to practice on. Practicing on them like wasn't scary, but then like when you go to like your first paying client, that it was very similar to doing hair. Like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? You kind
of feel like you forgot all the things you just learned. Like, wait.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so you did an online course. Did you ever have to travel out for training then? Or is it?
So I did after. So I got certified in like March-ish,
of
I think, 2023.
Okay.
I did end up traveling to Austin in, I think it was August that year for a hands-on training. Like I felt like I was doing okay. I was booking clients. Clients were satisfied. I wanted to learn contour.
Yes.
So, and that was only available hands-on. Like you had to be in person to do that. So I'm like, I am going to do that. And then just like a little like, I guess like refresher maybe they would call it, just to like
make sure
I know what it, because I haven't been doing it for that long at this point. So,
and I think it's so important just to kind of renew regardless. Like even though you got certified, I feel like hands-on is so important.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Because like online, I think it's great that there's online education and certifications, but it kind of comes like when I think of extensions and there's all these people who say they're extension specialists, right? And they did like a 1-day online course.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard. So it's like, practice and doing it is kind of what's going to get you better. But that hands-on piece, I feel like is what really like seals the deal.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was nice to be in person and just be able to like perfect my technique a little bit more.
And do they watch you do it? And they're like, okay, wait, no, that's really cool.
Yeah. So they like lined up different models to come in, different body shapes, everything like that.
Yeah.
So it was great.
That's so cool. Pause for a second, because not all hair salons are created equal. At Hustle and Heart, we're all about clean beauty, no harsh chemicals, no toxic color, just intentional products, sustainable practices, and hair that actually feels like you. Whether it's extensions, color, or real solutions for hair loss, it's never just an appointment here. It's an experience. Come feel the difference at Hustle and Heart Salon, where your beauty routine gets the upgrade it deserves. Learn more at hustleandheartsalon.com. So I wanted to go back to the studio space.
Yeah.
So you were just doing this for funsies.
Yes.
Right? Like traveling to people's homes, mobile spray tan. At this point when you were doing that, how often were you doing the spray tans? Like how many nights a week?
Not a ton.
Okay.
I mean, I was maybe doing 3 tans a week.
Okay. 3 tans a week. And you did that for like what, a year maybe?
Yeah, about that.
And do you feel like I'm assuming, did you have more people wanting it?
I felt like I I guess I wouldn't say I had more people like wanting it and asking for it, but like I felt like I was delivering a good service
Mm-hmm.
that I and not everybody wants to invite somebody into their house because it's like, okay, well now I have to clean my house. I have to make sure I have a space to set everything up.
Mm-hmm.
If I have kids or pets or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, like we've got to get them figured out, that sort of
Yeah.
thing. So I started seeing the benefit of having a studio. And I think it was when I went to some high school girls, like their house for prom tans, and their mom was like, oh my gosh, like
Yeah.
now that was exactly it. She's like, now I got to clean the house for the spray tan lady to
Another extra
come.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So then that was what really got me thinking more about a
Sure.
studio space.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. Because I met you through my spray tanner,
Yeah.
Maddie Barr,
Yeah.
who ended up moving.
Yeah.
But she was my spray tan girl, and she would come to my house. But it
Mhm.
was different because we knew each other. So I didn't really care if
Yeah.
my house was clean. But now I think about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I didn't know the person and my daughter's
Yeah.
like, hey, I booked an appointment, so-and-so's coming over, and I don't know. I'd be like, oh, are you freaking kidding me?
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
you get to clean the house
Yeah.
now. Like, this
Yeah.
is crazy. So I get that. Like,
Yeah.
there's pros and cons to both, right?
Mhm.
Like, did you have any pushback when you decided to go more studio style versus in-home from the people that were used to you coming to their home? Because
Yeah.
when you're used to it, it's
Yeah.
easy.
It's a luxury
It
for sure.
for sure is a
For sure.
luxury.
And then when I first moved into the studio, I was like, well, I'll do both.
Okay.
Like that turned out to not be good at all. That was too much
No.
because I would be at my studio for a few tans. I'd pack everything up.
Oh.
I'd go to somebody's house. I'd unpack and set up. I'd tan them. I'd
Tear
clean
down.
everything, tear it down, put it back, go back to my studio, set back up, and do more tans. And I'm like,
way too much work.
I
You're like,
can't do that.
you would have to be charging
Yeah.
a pretty penny
Yes.
in
And I
order to make
wasn't
that.
at the
No,
time.
because of
I-
course you
no,
weren't. Because
no.
you didn't know your
No.
worth at that point when it
Yes.
came to that.
Yes. So then I raised the prices on the mobile tans, and I
Yes.
still had a few people booking them. And I would take like bridal parties. Like I would go
Right.
to—
It was like a big group.
Yep. I would go to an Airbnb or whatever and tan the whole bridal party. But then
Right.
that turned into like brides usually tan on Thursdays, which is my busiest day of the week.
Mhm.
And I
Interesting.
can't— Yeah.
For the weekend.
For the weekend. Yep.
Huh.
So I'm like, I can make more money at my studio back to back to back versus
Mhm. The whole
going away on a
Yes.
mobile.
Unless you made it like you figured out how much you could charge for a full day.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, I can come
Yeah.
to you for however many people you want to
Yes.
do for this price because this is how much my day is worth.
Yeah.
Have you thought about doing that?
At this point, no. I would
Okay.
say it was probably last fall. Like I had a bridal party. I had a full day at the studio, packed up, went for a bridal party, came back at like 9:00 and was doing tans at like 9 and 9:30 at my
night?
At night. And I'm like, I can't do this. And that's when I said,
Oh,
I am pulling back from mobile.
yeah,
Like
you're
I
one
can't,
person. You can't.
I can't do it anymore. I have one client that's still, and she's been to my studio a few times now, but she was the one that was like, how about at my house? Which like for her, I really truly didn't
No.
mind. It was easy enough for me to go. It was usually she wanted an early morning appointment.
Yeah.
I could go do her tan and then go to my studio, but I just had to set a boundary and be like, I can't
No.
do mobile
Because you're
anymore.
still tearing down.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
unless you had like two completely separate kids,
Yeah.
but then that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
And maintenance and
Mhm.
okay, crazy. So then you were like doing this just 2-3 times a
Mhm.
night or a week,
Yeah.
spray
Yeah,
tan,
not a
mobile.
ton.
And then you're like,
Mhm.
I think maybe I want to try a studio out.
Yeah.
And
Which was also terrifying.
And that thought process between doing the mobile tans to being like, I want a brick and mortar,
Mhm.
what was the connecting piece there?
I don't even know. It was like, I think it goes back to knowing that I was delivering a good service, and I knew I was capable, and I just thought if I had a space, like they will come. Like
Yeah, if I build it, they will come.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and I had set myself up, like I set my business up for success right away from the beginning. Like I invested the money in a website, like right off the bat. Like I did not want people texting me or DMing me asking me for appointments. So I set up
Online booking,
Online
the
booking,
whole thing.
everything right off the bat. Do I still get texts and DMs?
I'm guilty.
100%.
I'm guilty.
No, totally okay. I just usually like direct everybody to my website now because it's the easiest rather than going back and forth on like,
well, and it's
how
easy
about this day? How
for
about this time?
clients to look and compare their calendar to your calendar for sure. Yeah. So then you made the switch.
Yeah.
But then you just wanted to try.
Yeah.
See, this is where I feel like our limited beliefs come into play, right? It's like a fear and scarcity mindset of like, I just want to tip my toe in it. So let's just try for 3 months and see what happens.
Yeah.
Like, what was your thought process of like doing a 3-month trial?
Yeah. So I figured my rent was like $500. So I'm like, okay, 3 months, $1,500. If I don't make money, I don't make money. Like it'll be fine. Like we like my husband and I, like we have a cushion. Like if it doesn't
do
work,
you in.
yes.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I don't try, I'll never know.
Right.
So that was, let's see, I think that was March of 2024. So I started taking clients April, May, June were my 3 months. And June was my busiest month on record until like early this year.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So your third month.
My third month.
So you're like, all right, well, that's my sign.
Yes.
Like this is successful and this is working and people want this. Our community needs this. For the studio space that you found, were you sought out after or did you find this space?
Somebody shared it on Instagram and I was like, like
that could work.
I'll go look at that.
Yeah.
Like, and like it's in Superior and like I had always thought I would be in Duluth.
Right.
So I was like, oh, Superior, I don't know. But then like when I got there and I met Tina, who I rent from, like her and I really like
hit it off.
Yeah. Like the vibe was there. So I'm like, I feel like we're both women entrepreneurs. We're working towards the same thing. Like we just had a good connection.
Sure.
So I feel like that just made it feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like the price
like
was right.
Work.
The space worked. Like it was big enough, everything. So
sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So I do want to kind of talk about what was going through your mind during those early weeks. Like obviously it was scary. I mean, you just made a 3 month, and even though you're like, you still did it safely. See, that's the thing. It's not like you're like, I'm just going to sign a 10-year lease and pray for the best. Like you only did a 3-month lease just to kind of figure it out. You were being careful and cautious. But what were some of those like thoughts that went through your mind? Did you feel like you had a lot of, not negative, but like, I feel like sometimes when you're on the brink of doing something really good, that's when I feel like sometimes the negativity will kind of like, you can't do this. You're not, like, did any of that happen to you?
For sure. And then like I talked about the like just paying the rent and the investment of the rent. But then like I didn't really think about, well, now I need to furnish this studio and make it
a studio
cute
for 3 months potentially.
And like I want people to come in and be like, oh, this is great. Like this is super cute. So there I am buying cabinets and rugs and wall decor and mirrors. And so now I'm in more than my $1,500 initial investment. I'm like, well, after 3 months, I guess I can find spots for this in my house if I need to.
Or sell it on Marketplace.
Exactly. Yeah, but it was scary. Like because you don't know.
You don't know. Yeah. Okay. So when did it hit you that this wasn't just a side hustle anymore and it was a real business that you were building?
Yeah. I think on the day, there's certain days in my week, in the month, whatever, that I will make more money than my husband does in a day. And that feels really good because he's been like the provider for so many years. And he still is the provider. He pays all the bills.
Right.
He does all of that, carries our insurance, everything. But on my busy days, when I can say I made more money than dad today, that feels pretty darn good.
Heck yeah. And isn't it a funny thing? Like you think back to when you were a hairstylist, like when you were early in the industry, figuring things out, not making much money, you were scared, I'm sure, to look at your numbers. Where now it's almost like,
it's fun.
I want to see at the end of the day, I want to add it all up. How well did I do? Like, what did my day look like? What did the week look like? What are my projections for the year? It's just like a mental switch. And I feel like that's what turns you into an entrepreneur is when you start to really enjoy the numbers
Mhm.
versus being scared of the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really cool. So what have been some of the most rewarding moments since then, and what challenges have helped you grow the most? Because I'm sure there's still challenges. Yes,
Oh,
you
all
have a
the
successful
time.
business, but there's still challenges.
Yes. I would say, like, rewarding, like, just even, like, having my teenage girls see that at 40 years old, like, mom started this business and is successful, and here she is on a podcast today,
Heck yes. Hey,
like,
girls.
just showing them that, like, no matter what, like,
Mhm.
you'll find your way. Like, there's something for everyone, and you might not feel like it right now, but,
Yeah.
like, you'll find it and you'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
for
So I
sure.
would say, like, that's super rewarding, just showing them that, like, no matter what, like, you can.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
Um challenges, it's like growing a business. I don't know how to run a business. This
You didn't
is
go to school for it.
No, this is completely new to me. So, like, hiring out when I can. I just hired an accountant who
Good
has
for
been, like,
you.
a blessing,
Life-changing. Yes,
life-changing.
because our brains are
Yes.
creative. They don't work that
Yes.
way.
Yes. So
Yes.
she is, like, getting me on the straight and narrow,
Good.
helping me with all of that. I think just, like, I'm excited about the future for 2 and 8 Tan. Like, it's growing, like, the possibility of employees or expanding or
Mhm.
maybe a different location at some point,
Yeah.
like, just all this stuff.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just kinda snowballs,
Mhm.
and it's fun, and
Mhm.
it's fun to dream and,
Yeah.
yeah, really start to, like, envision what the future could be for
Yeah.
218 Tan. That's awesome. Um, what for challenges, obviously, it was the first thing was you need an accountant. Was that a
Mhm.
challenge for you? Like,
Yeah.
the numbers and the
Yes.
taxes and all of
Yes.
that, and how do I set myself up?
Yes. Because I grew so quickly that year that I moved into my studio, I had nothing in place for taxes.
Mhm.
So tax season this spring, I was like
Scary.
terrified.
And then you're like,
Yes.
"I owe in what?
Yes.
What?"
Yes.
No, that was my
Yes.
very first independent year. I shot myself in the foot so bad because in your mind, you think, I'm independent. I'm going to make all this money now because
Mhm.
I left commission.
Mhm.
Now I'm all by myself.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and you're making the money and you see the money and you think you're doing really, 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 really good.
Mhm.
And then the end of the year comes and you're doing your taxes and you're like, and now the government wants $12,000, $14,000, $15,000 from me that I did
Yes.
not mentally
Plan for.
prepare for.
No.
I did not save that
No.
my first year
No. No.
because we didn't go to business school.
No.
We don't know.
No.
The money's
No.
coming in and the money's going
Yep.
out. That's all we know.
Yep.
So I feel like that's always a huge challenge for those first year
Mhm.
businesses that are service industry because
Mhm.
we don't have, like, we didn't get that background. They don't
Mhm.
teach you that in beauty
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does success look like to you now? Not by the outside standards, but in your own heart and home. Like, how do you feel like you are successful right now?
I think it goes back to my kids, just, like, showing them that, like I said before, like, no matter what, like, there's a path for everyone, and it might not be traditional school. It might be something more creative. It might not be school at all, but,
Mhm.
like, just finding what works for you and what you enjoy and what you're successful with,
Yeah,
like, there's a path for everyone.
for sure.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like success is time too,
Mhm.
like being able to have time. It's not
Yes.
the money. Like the
Yes.
money's great, right? Like I love to be able to financially provide for my
Mhm.
family and I loved being able to retire my husband.
Mhm.
That's all fine and dandy and that's what
Mhm.
the world would say is success. But to me what the success looked like was having the time.
Yeah.
So when I was
Yeah.
home, my husband had everything else taken care of so I was able to be home. And when I
Yeah.
was at work, I was able to be at work. So just
Yeah.
having that, it's not a separation, but that, and I don't even like to say boundaries. I call it the pivot. I was able to
Mhm.
pivot out of work into home and
Mhm.
like have it more seamless.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't always seamless. There's
Yeah.
always struggles and challenges
Oh,
within that.
yeah.
But to me, that's what success looks like. So when I feel like I'm not being successful, it's because I'm not juggling it well. I'm
Mhm.
not pivoting well.
Okay. Yeah, and that makes sense, and that's something that we're, like, learning too as a family, just with me working more.
Mhm.
Like, my husband has definitely picked up I don't wanna call it the slack, but, like, he's cooking meals, he's doing more dishes,
Mhm.
like that sort of stuff at home, which makes it easier for me to come home because sometimes I'm working
Yes.
later evenings. Like,
Yeah.
then I come home and the kitchen's clean and I don't have to worry about it.
It's more of a partnership. It's not separated roles like
Yeah.
it once was.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it was with us too. Like,
Yeah.
my husband, these were his roles.
Yeah.
My job was to financially provide.
Yeah.
But now it's like all muddled
It
together.
is. And we're like navigating that and
It's a new
figuring that
challenge.
out,
Mhm.
which like thankfully, like I shouldn't say thankfully, but like COVID happened right before this too. So then my husband was working from home,
Oh, nice.
which was great. But then he really like jumped in and he found out he enjoys cooking dinner. I
Oh,
hate cooking dinner.
perfect.
So like now he probably cooks more meals than
Than you
I do
do.
right now.
Yeah.
And then he'll cook, I'll clean. Like it's just
It's a perfect
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. Mhm. What's something you're still learning or navigating that feels messy but meaningful right now?
all of the business stuff, the taxes, the finances, um, really like right now my focus is trying to like get everything in order to hire somebody
Ooh.
so I can have my evenings back because
Yes.
usually Wednesday, Thursday nights I'm there later. So getting stuff in order, like employee handbook,
Oh,
like
girl.
all of that.
Yes.
Very, very messy, like, thankfully, Bronze Boss, who I trained through, like,
Have that
they've been
set up for you.
Yep, like,
That's
I've had
awesome.
mentorships with them, I've connected with
So
them. Yes.
important.
Yep, so they have really played a huge part in, like, figuring this out for
Okay.
me.
Have you set your like core values or purpose statement yet?
Yes.
Okay, good. I was
Yes,
gonna say my
like
next podcast is on that. And it
Okay.
is so important.
Yeah,
Before
like
you even think about hiring.
Yes, and,
Yeah.
like, that sort of stuff doesn't come, like, super naturally for
no.
me either,
You kind of have to be
so
mentored into it because it's something
Yeah.
you've never done before.
Yeah, so, like, just learning that, figuring that out, getting everything set up so we can continue to be successful.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great. If you could go back and sit with the version of yourself who was home with little ones, unsure of what came next, what would you tell her?
Like, just wait, like, it is hard right now, and it's always gonna be hard, but, like, just wait, like, your time is coming,
Mhm.
and you're gonna be successful, like, just wait. Be
Be
patient.
patient.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's power in the pause.
Mhm.
Yeah. What do you hope your daughters are learning by watching you build this business?
That they can do it too, like, they can do anything. If they wanna go to four-year college, go to four-year college.
Mhm.
If you want to do hair or be a photographer or take over 2 and 8 tan, like,
Right.
you can do that.
Mhm.
Like,
Yep.
yep, you don't success is not necessarily like a straight line for everybody,
Mhm.
and you'll find it. You'll find your way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Last question. What's your why? The thing that keeps you showing up even when it's hard?
Mhm. I love helping women feel confident and, like, comfortable in their own skin. I feel like that's a huge part of what I do, just, like, seeing how good people feel after they
Mhm.
get a spray tan, but then, like, also for my girls, like, showing them that mom can do it too, like, whatever it is. Yes, she was a stay-at-home mom for 10 plus years, but when she put her mind to something, she did it
Yeah.
and was successful.
That's awesome. I'm
Yeah.
going to piggyback off of that
Yeah.
with one more last
Yeah.
question. What would you tell the women? Because there are people, I've talked to
Mhm.
people, I was one of those
Mhm.
people who are self-conscious
Yeah.
and feel possibly maybe uncomfortable because it's vulnerable to
It's so
stand
vulnerable.
there basically
Yeah.
naked,
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
spray tanned. What would you say to those women to help them feel more comfortable to come see you?
Like, don't be scared. Yes, you'll be nervous, like, no matter what, everybody will be nervous,
Mhm.
but, like, I have seen everything, and I don't care. It's like
Mhm.
going to the doctor now, like, I see naked women all day long, every
Right.
day, and
Yes.
nobody is the same,
Mm-mm.
and everybody is different for a reason, and everybody is beautiful, like,
Right.
don't be nervous.
Don't be nervous. And you also do have things to help,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
undergarments that
Yep.
you can wear and
Yep.
whatnot. So
Yep.
where can people find you?
My website is 2and8tan.com, and then I am on Instagram, 218_tan.
Awesome. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so
You're
much
welcome.
for
Thank
meeting with
you.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Katie's story is such a beautiful reminder that growth doesn't always come with a grand plan. Sometimes it starts small, just a little nudge that says, try this. What I love most about her journey is how honest it is. She didn't go looking for a big career shift. She just followed what felt like the next right thing and kept saying yes. Whether you're in a season of transition, trying something new, or wondering if there's still more out there for you, I hope this conversation gave you a little courage to take the next step. Because you don't have to have it all figured out, you just have to be willing to begin. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Your time is valuable, and I'm honored you spent it here. I hope something in this conversation met you right where you are. If it stirred something in your spirit or spoke to your heart, I'd truly love to hear about it. My DMs are always open. I love connecting with you. And as you go, just remember, you're not walking through this life alone. Until next time, stay grounded, keep showing up, and keep leaning into the purpose that's been placed on your heart. I'll be right here, cheering you on with my whole heart.